Welcome back to Global Village. I'm Buddy Kunan, and tonight's topic is Sri Lanka, wonder of Asia. And joining us is Aruni Ranaraja, Her Excellency, and she is the Ambassador of Sri Lanka to the Philippines. Ambassador Ranaraja, welcome to our second segment. Now, I have to congratulate you because all these beautiful videos we're showing are courtesy of Sri Lankan Tourism, your government's tourism bureau or department. And I have to say, very beautiful, and it makes you want to go to Sri Lanka already. But
of course, the videos are beautiful because the country is beautiful.
Absolutely,
that's why, yeah.
absolutely. It's hand in glove. But we'll talk about tourism in the third segment. Now, let's talk about, to start the second segment, let's talk about the name Sri Lanka. Now, most Filipinos studied Ramayana in school. It's part of the curriculum. And people who have studied Ramayana have encountered the name Lanka, which is where the kingdom, a powerful kingdom near India. And so Lanka apparently is the ancient name of Sri Lanka. Now let's talk about how it developed from Lanka to Ceylon and now to present day Sri Lanka.
Okay, this was 2,500 years ago, as I said, the written history. It was called Lanka, as you said in the Ramayana, it was mentioned Lanka. The Prince Vijaya came to Sri Lanka at that time. From after that, when the colonial powers, the Portuguese, the Dutch, and the British, they called Sri Lanka as Ceylon. Then in up to 48, it was called Ceylon, and even 48 to 72, it was called Ceylon. Ceylon tea, you know, the famous Sri Lankan
world famous.
World famous Sri Lankan tea. Then in 1972, the country name was changed because the country was changed into a republic. We were British in the British Commonwealth up to 72. Then in 1972, the country name was changed into Sri Lanka.
Yes.
Yes.
And I understand your flag, very beautiful flag, is one of the oldest flags as well in the world. You know, it's got a lot of symbolisms. You've got the lion there, and and really golden colors and all that.
Yes, actually the country flags reflects a lot of things. The the bow leaves, the ethnicities, the main ethnicities, the Sinhala, the Tamil, the Moors, the others. Then the lion is the symbol of the Sinhalese people, the nation, the ethnicity. The colors also, the green color is for Tamil, for the Tamil people. The yellow color is, I think, can't remember the things.
Yes.
But yes.
And it's nice you mentioned that the diversity of your country, because it really is a multicultural, multi-ethnic country, and a lot has happened in your history, and but now things are looking up.
Yes.
For Sri Lanka.
Yes.
I mean, things are very bright for your country, economically,
yes.
culturally, socially, politically.
Very true, because after 1948, after that 1972, the country was named a republic. The country head of state was the semi-presidential system. Unfortunately, we had a 30-year civil war in the country. But thank God the war is finished, the country is booming.
Yes.
2009 the war was ended. People are very peacefully living.
Very good, very good. And it's
a country which is it's a booming country. The economy is growing.
Absolutely.
The tourism sector is growing.
Absolutely.
Infrastructure is coming. A lot of investments are coming to Sri Lanka. We have a 5.8 GDP growth. Consistently we have a 5.8.
That's pretty good, yes. And per capita is about $13,000 GDP per capita, which is also
it's a
very good. I think it's even higher than the Philippines. So, unfortunately, but good for you, good for your country. What are the anchors of the Sri Lankan economy? What is driving it?
The main part is it was before before 72. It was the agriculture booming the country, but now of course the services sector. We have about 60% services sector maybe through tourism. Then to some extent the apparel sector is doing well. The tea is doing well. These are the driving sectors.
Once upon a time, tea was the major driver of your economy, but that's kind of taken a back seat to other industries.
Why it happened was the natural disasters. So because of that, the tea sector was not very prominent. But the apparel sector is growing now very much. We have the best apparel sectors, which is going to the US market, to the European Union.
Yes, for
We
big
have
name brands.
Most of the big
Yes.
brand names are done in Sri Lanka. I think most of the brands are going to the EU market. We have about almost 29% of our economies going into the
Very good.
EU
What
market.
about trade between Sri Lanka and ASEAN? How is it? What is being exchanged between the
Yes,
two?
we for the moment we have about exports of exports was 3.2 billion, whereas the imports are 3.22 million. Yes, so
very good.
it's a good. I mean, with all the countries, with ASEAN countries, we have trade agreements. We have investment protection agreements. Currently, we have negotiated a FTA with Singapore. Also, we are negotiating FTAs with I think Indonesia, Malaysia, and of course with Thailand as well. So it's quite a interesting time.
Ambassador, how are things looking between the Philippines and Sri Lanka? You know, we've got an interesting history. We first established relations in the 60s, I think 1961,
Yeah.
and a full embassy opened in 98. But before this, interesting to note that I think our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, actually went to Sri Lanka
Yeah.
several times.
Yeah. People, a lot of Filipinos do not know
Yes.
that part of the history. Of course, as you said very correctly, 1961 we established our diplomatic relations. Before that, in the 19th century, Jose Rizal has visited thrice to Sri Lanka. In memory of that, we have in a hotel in Sri Lanka, in Colombo, we have a special suite called Jose Rizal Suite. It's in the Oriental Hotel in
Is that where he
Colombo.
stayed?
He apparently he has stayed in the same room for all the 3 times.
Really?
So it
Well,
was.
I have to stay there.
It was named under him. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Very interesting. Very interesting. And then today, what is, fast forward to present day, what is the main exchange between the Philippines and Sri Lanka? What are our two countries exchanging the most culturally or commerce?
Okay, trade and commerce, trade and investment, trade and commerce is, we are giving priority to that sector. We have identified several areas of cooperation, starting from trade and investments to tourism, then education, also labor sector. As you know, Sri Lanka and Philippines both are labor sending countries. So we have collaboration on that also. And also the agriculture sector. Two countries are agro
Yes,
countries. So out of that, we are almost finalized our agreements for agriculture, as well as we are discussing on tourism sector agreement. We have a trade agreement with Philippines, which have been signed in 1980. We have a double taxation agreement, also an investment agreement with the Philippines. In the recent past, of course, we have signed several agreements. Since my arrival to the Philippines in 2015, we signed an MOU on political consultation in 2016 November, 2015 February, and 2016 November we had the first round of the political consultations in Colombo. So we are making arrangements to have the second round of the political consultations also in the Philippines, which we are waiting for the dates for the for the second round.
Ambassador, what can we expect from all these agreements and then MOUs? What are the tangible benefits do you think that can be had from this?
Because our relations are very, very strong. We want to upgrade our relationship. It's important that we have to have agreements in a political level. But I must also say that we did not had a high-level visit from the Philippines to Sri Lanka for quite a long time.
When was the last time, Madam?
Not very much high-level head of state level visits, but on the other hand, we had several head of state level visits. This is starting with 1976, the first female Prime Minister of Sri Lanka, Mrs. Bandaranaike. She came to Philippines in 1976. She also brought an elephant, baby elephant for the people of Philippines, for the kids of Philippines.
Yes.
So that is how our relationship have started at the head of level state. Then after that, in 1985, one of our Prime Minister came to the Philippines. We had several Prime Ministers coming, maybe about 3-4 Prime Ministers have come to the Philippines. So we are expecting that Philippines
I
also
hope
will
so. I hope
reciprocate.
so. Yes,
Of
ma'am.
course, it will happen very soon.
Yes.
It will.
And I want to mention also what you mentioned, that the elephant that you donated, their country donated to the Philippines. I want to thank the Sri Lankan people for this, because Mali, as she's known,
Yes.
is an inhabitant of Manila Zoo.
Yes.
And she has brought joy to countless of hundreds of thousands of visitors to the zoo. And that's because of the Sri Lankan, a gift from the Sri Lankan people.
Yes, yes, we are very happy. We are very happy about Bali. When you go to the zoo, you feel very relaxed. How the elephant is playing by himself. I think it is important. Maybe some upgrading needed to be think about. Yes. It's a good gesture from Sri Lanka, and we think he will be looked after very well.
Yes, very good, Ambassador. And then before we enter the third segment, I understand also very interestingly that there is a Buddhism program that is currently being conducted at the Ateneo de Manila University, my alma mater. So thank you very much again for that. Maybe we can talk about it quickly.
Yes, this is actually, as you know, the oldest living tree in the world is in Sri Lanka. That's where Buddha enlightened, called Sri Bodhi. A sapling of this Bodhi tree was brought into the Philippines in 2011 by the former Prime Minister of Sri Lanka. So it has been planted in the Wisdom Park Foundation. Now a Sri Lankan Buddhist priest has come to the Philippines. Of course, this is on one hand, it's coming from the cultural agreement which we have signed in 1976. So the priest is teaching Buddhism as a subject in the Philippines in the Ateneo University.
Wonderful.
He's conducting other lectures also for the Buddhist loving people in the Philippines.
And I think this is a beautiful thing, because I really believe that Buddhism has so much to offer. It's not a religion. It can be embraced by anyone from from any creed, any religion, and it's accepting and
As
tolerant.
you very correctly said, Buddhism is not a religion. It's a philosophy, and also how you live a simple life
In harmony with
with
nature, with the
everybody.
environment,
Yes.
with your peers, with your
Yes.
people around you. Bravo, Ambassador.
true.
So, Ambassador, we have paused for a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, tourism. And there's so much to talk about, especially in a beautiful country like Sri Lanka. So, guys, stick around, because more of the wonder of Asia, Sri Lanka, when Global Village returns.
Sri Lanka, a journey awaits.